All right, guys, so what we have today, notes 17.4, all the angles that we've learned in the last, 2 or 3 days, all in one circle. Here it is. It looks like a monster. It's going to tell us some stuff about it, but if you look, we're going to have to solve 18 different angles. So we're going to have to remember things like central angles, inscribed angles, and some of the tricks to find angles, whether they're inside or outside of the circle. So my suggestion is start filling out the circle, then fill in. I mean, you can go in order pretty much the whole way if you need to. And I'll kind of fill in some hints as we go, but do it however you feel comfortable. I think just filling out the pictures is the best way. So let's go ahead and fill out what they told us. They say HC is a diameter. So here's HC right there. Remember, that means all this is 180 and all that's 180. So that might tell us some things in a minute. They also tell me arc, HA is 83. So HA is right here. I'm going to go ahead and just put in 83 degrees. And go ahead and fill out the rest of it. BC is 50. It says HD is 135, so from H to D. Okay, this one's kind of a complicated one. As you can see, this goes well around the circle. So from here, H, all the way over until here, D, is 135 degrees. It tells us that GF is 32 degrees, so that's right here. It tells me that HG is 45 degrees. It tells me FE is 55 degrees. And that is all it tells us. Okay, it wants us to find everything else on our own. There's some tricks you can use here, but I want to point out before we start that if you look at all these, scale is obviously not true here. Like if this is 45 and that's 32 and that's 55, that seems a bit weird. So don't think that something is just 90 degrees because it looks like it, okay? So you can kind of start this however you want to. I'm going to go ahead and start with angle 1. It's down here at the, well, actually, I'm sorry. Before I do that, I think I have enough here to find all the missing arcs they didn't tell me. Like this one right here, I know from H to D altogether is 135, but I know that from H to E is something, so that means I can find ED, and then I know there's 180 and all of that, so I can find the other one as well. So what we're going to do first is I'm going to take 135, and I'm going to subtract the 45, the 32, the 55. And then when I do that, I end up getting that it is, and this is going to seem weird, but 3 degrees. Then I can finish this up. 180 minus 145 will give me CD, which is 45 degrees. Okay, so now that adds up to 180, so that works out. I can also do it on the other side. 180 minus the 83 minus the 50 will give me this arc AB, which is 47 degrees. Sorry, now we can start off by finding angle 1, and I want to kind of sketch some stuff out as we go on this. If I look at angle 1, it's made up by 2 of these secants. It's this one right here and that one right there. So what I actually have is, or the instance where I have a big arc minus a small arc divided by 2. So I'm going to get rid of some of those lines. So if I look up here, that arc is actually from H to D, and we know that's 135 degrees. We also have this small arc of 47. So what I'm going to write in here is this arc, or this angle is outside. So I'm going to do 1/2, or you can put it over 2, of the big arc, 135, minus the small arc, 47. When you do that, you get the measure of angle 1, which is 44 degrees. I'm going to fill that out right here. So we got our first one. Now, again, you can go in whatever order you want to, and some of you may just want to pause. At the end, I'll have all the answers. You can kind of check through them. Some of you may be able to do this on your own. Angle 2 is up here. If I outline angle 2, it looks like it's a central angle. I'm going to go ahead and write that over here. Sorry. I'm going to erase this before I do. Central angle. And if you remember, a central angle is equal to its intercepted arc. So if I look down here, that's the central angle. It cuts off that arc. So that angle is 47 degrees. If I look around, let's see, angle 3. Well, I'm going to go ahead and write that in there so I don't forget. See, angle 3 is out here, and I'm going to go ahead and outline something again so we can get this one too. there's one line that makes the angle, there's the other. If I look, that's the X in the circle. So what I have is those two intercepted arcs. This is where I add. So I'm going to get rid of all those lines real quick. So I'm going to go ahead and write down here that it's an inside angle. So I just need to find its two arcs and divide those by 2. So I'm going to be really careful here. The first one's easy. It looks like it's 45. This is addition, so I can go ahead and draw at 45. Doesn't matter what order. But the other one makes up several angles. It looks like it goes from here to here. So 47 plus 83 would be 130. And if I do 45 plus 130 divided by 2, I got 87.5 degrees. So you might be able to see kind of what's going on now. Let's see, I should erase some of this stuff. So 87.5 degrees. So I'm just going to kind of go through and give some hints here, guys, because this could take a long time, and we're doing this one in class. So if you're watching it, you're making up, or you're over at another school. So I'm just going to kind of start filling some of these in and explaining how I get it. So it looks like angle 4 was what I went for next. It's this angle over here. And I noticed that it was an inscribed angle. And if I kind of trace the lines that make it, it finds this arc. And remember, an inscribed angle is half its intercepted arc. So when I did that one, I got 48.5 degrees. Excuse me. Angle 5's out here. We've already seen one like this. It's outside of my circle. So I can use the big arc, and you'll have to add up 47 plus 50 plus 45 minus 32 divided by 2. And I ended up for angle 5 getting 55 degrees. Just so you have it, I found that the big arcs, when I added them up, was 42 minus 32 over 2, and that's what I got. Oops, not 2. Angle 6, let me see, where are you, angle 6? Angle 6 is out here. It's an inscribed angle. It has this arc as its intercepted arc. So 45 plus 3 would give me 48 divided by 2 would give me the angle 6. Let's see, that would be 24 degrees. Of course, you probably need to fill these in as you go. I'll go ahead and fill some of mine in. I'm just going to pause for a second and fill those in. All right, so I got all those filled in just in case we need to use them to find another one. Angle 7, you should already kind of see this one. We've done it all before. It's another one that's outside, so I can use its big arc right here. Looks like 83 plus 47. I can subtract the 3, and then I can do that. It looks like on 7, I ended up getting, let me get rid of some of these lines again, sorry. I ended up seeing that it was outside, so I did 130 minus 3 divided by 2. I got 63.5 degrees. Angle 8. So I'm going to fill that in. That was a 63.5. Let's find 8 on here. 8's right here. We've seen this situation already. It's made by 2 chords or secants going through. Here's one intercepted arc. That big arc out there is the other one. So I can go ahead and figure this one out. Let's see. I ended up finding the smaller part of the arc was 55. The other side I got to be 225. When you divide that by 2, I got 140 degrees for angle 8. And I'm going to go ahead and find angle 18 because 18 and 8 are a linear pair. You could find 18 the same way we did 8, but this is easier. They should add up to 180, so 180 minus 40 gives me angle 18 is 40 degrees. That should be a pretty easy one. There'll be another one like that in a second. Let's go on and look at number 9. Sorry, I have to find it again. All right, same situation again. Here's my 2 lines that form it. I've got 2 arcs that cuts out. Make sure and use the right ones. When I did this one, I found that the one arc was 50 degrees, and then the sum of the other arcs was 135. If you divide those by 2, I got 92.5 degrees. On number 9. And you also could have found that because of 3 and 9. If you look here, those should add up to 180. 92.5 plus 87.5 is 180, so you could have done it that way. Let's see, number 10. Number 10 over here. Same thing again. I've got these arcs cut off because of these 2 lines. So it'd be these big circles right there. We've seen it a couple of times already. I ended up getting the sum of the arcs to be 83 plus 155 or 135. When you divide those by 2, I got 109 degrees. which now I can find 12. 180 minus 109 gives me 71 for 12. Sorry, I know this is a long one. Angle 11, let's see, where are you? Again, same sort of thing. I've got these two lines and the arcs that they cut off. I found that it was 45 plus 145 divided by 2, and that gave me 95 degrees. So we got 12 already. We need to go to 13. This is getting kind of fun, isn't it? Same thing again. I believe I know 11, so that means that 13, that has to add up to 85. So 85 plus 95 will be 180. So 85 degrees. Angle 14. We've got another central angle. It's equal to its intercepted arc, so it looks like 50 degrees. Angle 15 looks like it is an inscribed angle. I'm going to change colors here. If you see, it's made by those two, so it's half of that arc. I got it to be 103.5 degrees. And let's see, 16 and 17. Maybe we can get these quick. 16 is an inscribed angle, it looks like. It's got an arc of 45. Half of 45 would be 22.5. And then 17 is a central angle right here. Its arc is 83 degrees, so it is also 83 degrees. So that's a pretty tough one, guys. Your homework looks a lot the same. There's all the answers if you need them. Be careful when you're marking on the circle. Do it kind of lightly so you can erase, or you can use different colors, but it's going to get kind of muddled up. So good luck on this one. Let me know if you need any help.